Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is page 211 from Tafsīr al-Jalālayn. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Huwa alladhi yusayyirukum wa fi qira'atin yanshurukum fil barri wal bahr. He is the one who causes you all to travel. Sara yasiru means to travel. Sayyara yusayyiru, form 2, to cause to travel. So he is the one who causes you all to travel. And in another narration, or in another recitation, yanshurukum, he is the one who spreads you all. Fil barri wal bahri, in the land and the sea. حتى إذا كنتم في الفلك السفن وجرين بهم وفيه التفات عن الخطاب بريح طيبة لينة وفرحوا بها جاءتها ريح عاصف شديدة الهبوب تكسر كل شيء. Until when you all are in ships. Fulk can be a singular ship or it can be a collective noun referring to ships generally. He explains a sufun. Sufun is the plural of safina. A safina is a ship. Sufun is the plural. Until when you all are in ships. وَجَرَيْنَا بِهِمْ. Jara yajri means to sail or to move. And they, the pronoun here is hunna, going back to al-fulk or as-sufun, and they, the ships, sail with them. Or we could understand this bat to be for ta'diyah, until they make you all sail or they make you all move. Fihi iltifatun. This alif lam is not the definite article. The root here is lam fa ta. Iltafata yaltafitu, which means to switch or to turn. In it is a turn from the second person. Iltifat is a technical term referring to changes of pronouns. And so here we began with kuntum, which is antum, and then we later have bihim, which is hum. So in other words, we're moving from the second person plural to the third person plural, and hence there is a transition away from the second person and toward the third person. بِرِيحٍ طَيِّبَةٍ, with a good wind. Rih is feminine, hence why we're getting a ta marbuta. لَيِّنَةٍ, soft. وَفَرِحُوا بِهَا, and they rejoice at it. The biha going back to the rih, they rejoice at the wind. جاءتها ريح عاصف, a stormy wind comes to them. So this ha refers to the fulk, the ships. And perhaps this too could also refer to the ships. They rejoice at the ships until a stormy wind comes to them, meaning the ships. Shadidatul hububi, intense in blowing. Hubub is a masdar. Taksiru kulla shay'in, it breaks everything. Taksiru, conjugate for hiya, again going back to rih, it breaks everything. وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم أي أهلكوا. And the wave or the surge comes to them from every place. and they believe or think that they have been surrounded. أحاط بالشيء means it surrounded the thing. أحيط بالشيء means it was surrounded or the thing was surrounded. So أحاط يحيط, the مبني للمجهول is أحيط يحاط. أحيط is ماضي مبني للمفعول. They are surrounded. أي أهلكوا meaning they have been destroyed. أهلكوا from أهلك يهلك مبني للمجهول. They have been destroyed. دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين أي الدعاء لئن لام قسم أنجيتنا من هذه الأهوال لنكونن من الشاكرين الموحدين. So when this stormy wind comes to them and they presume that they have been surrounded, they call Allah, making pure for him the religion, or making exclusive for him the religion. أخلص يخلص means to purify. The maf'ul bihi is ad-dina. They make the religion purely for him. Ikhlas is often translated as sincere because it's doing something solely for Allah. Meaning they make their dua exclusive to Allah. La'in, lam qasam, the lam is indicating an oath. If you save us from these, هذه is singular feminine, but the Mufassir is telling us that it refers to al-ahwal, which is plural. So if you save us from these, ahwal is not to be confused with ahwal with a rough ha. Hal and ahwal with a rough ha means state or states. Ahwal means horrors or terrors. If you save us from these terrors, we will indeed be from the grateful, meaning those who declare Allah's oneness. وحد يوحد, the ism fa'il, muwahid. We will be from those who declare God's oneness. فَلَمَّا أَنْجَاهُمْ إِذَا هُمْ يَبْغُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ بِالشِّرْكِ. So when he saved them, all of a sudden, now this إِذَا is followed by a jumla ismiya, so it signifies suddenly. So all of a sudden, they transgress in the earth. بغى يبغي, hum يبغون can mean to desire, to pursue, or to transgress. They transgress in the earth without right, by associating partners with Allah, bishirk, by committing shirk. يا أيها الناس إنما بغيكم ظلمكم على أنفسكم لأن إثمه عليها. O people, your transgression, in other words, your wrongdoing, is only against yourselves, because its sin is against them. In other words, because its sin, the sin of what? The sin of the baghi, so this singular masculine pronoun goes back to baghi, because the sin of the transgression is against them, meaning the selves, meaning perhaps you could translate souls if you'd like, upon or against your own souls, meaning against them. The ha going back to anfus, singular feminine, referring back to a plural antecedent. هو متاع الحياة الدنيا تمتعون فيها قليلا. It is the enjoyment of the lowest life, meaning the worldly life, you are made to enjoy. You are given enjoyment. مَتَّعَ يُمَتِّعُ means to give enjoyment. This is the passive. You are given enjoyment in it. فيها meaning في الحياة الدنيا, in the worldly life, a little, قليلا. ثم إلينا مرجعكم بعد الموت فننبئكم بما كنتم تعملون فنجازيكم عليه. وفي قراءة بنصب متاع أي تتمتعون. Then to us is your return after death, بعد الموت, after death, فننبئكم, so we will inform you all of what you used to do. فنجازيكم عليه, so we will requite you all for it. We will recompense you all for it. وفي قراءة, and in another قراءة, بنصب متاع. This متاع over here, متاع الحياة الدنيا, أي تتمتعون. تمتع يتمتع means to enjoy. So متع يمتع, the form to, means to cause to experience enjoyment. تمتع means to enjoy something. So you all will enjoy. Now, why is this a here? Well, when mata'u earlier was marfu', the Mufassir provided a huwa as a mubtada, explaining that the mata' is marfu' as a khabar for an omitted mubtada. If mata' is mansub, the justification for its being mansub is not that there is an implied mubtada, but that there is an implied fi'l. تتمتعون متاع الحياة الدنيا. You all enjoy the enjoyment of the worldly life. إنما مثل صفة الحياة الدنيا كماء مطر أنزلناه من السماء. The example, the analogy, the description, sifa, the attribute or description of the lowest life, the worldly life, is only like a water, is but like water. Meaning, rain or a rain, both ma and matar do not have alif lam, so it's not like kalma, like water, the idea of water, the concept of water, like a water, or an occurrence of water, or an occurrence of rain. Seems to be the idea here. أنزلناه من السماء, that we sent down from the sky. This is a jumla fi'liya serving as a sifa for ma, like water that we sent down from the sky. The ha here is the a'id. فاختلط به بسببه نبات الأرض واشتبك بعضه ببعض مما يأكل الناس من البر والشعير وغيرهما والأنعام من الكلأ. And so the plants of the earth intermix because of it. Bihi, this goes back to the water. We know that this bat means because of it, because he says bisababihi, because of it. Sabab is a cause. Bisabab, because. Because of the water, the plants are intermixing. What does that mean? Ishtabaka ba'duhu bi ba'din. Some of them, meaning some of the nabat, some of the plant life, is interweaving. Ishtabaka, interweaving, interlocking, tangling together. Some of it is intertangled with others. or some is interwoven with some. مِمَّا يَأْكُلُ النَّاسُ, of what the people eat, and the livestock. Meaning of what the people eat, of wheat and barley and other than them, and what the livestock eat of pasturage or grass, meaning in the fields. حتى إذا أخذت الأرض زخرفها بهجتها من النبات وزينت بالزهر وأصله تزينت أبدلت التاء, so maybe we can put a kasra on this تاء, أبدلت التاء زايا وأدغمت في الزاي وظن أهلها أنهم قادرون عليها متمكنون من تحصيل ثمارها أتاها أمرنا قضاؤنا أي عذابنا ليلا أو نهارا. Until when the earth takes on its adornment or decoration, bahjataha, its splendor, its beauty, minan nabat, its splendor of plants, wazayyanat, from zina, it becomes beautiful, bizahri, with flowers, and the original of izayyanat is tazayyanat, form 5, ubdilat ta'u zayan. The first thing that happened is that the ta was replaced, ubdila, mabni lil majhul, was replaced with a zai. So we went from tazayyanat to zazayyanat. Wa udghimat fi zai. So then you have two zais here, 1, 2. Then the first one became subsumed into the second one. Wa udghimat here, the hiya, udghimat, means the zai, or really the ta that became the zai is then fused into the second zai. And then, because we began with a shadda, because we're now beginning with a shadda, we need to introduce the hamzatul wasl, wazayyanat. Again from zina, to become beautiful. وَظَنَّ أَهْلُهَا, and its people presume or think that they are powerful over it or have power over it. مُتَمَكِّنُونَ, tamakkana means from imkan, to be possible or able. They are able they're able to acquire its fruits, or well positioned to acquire its fruits. Ataha amruna. So when this is the situation, our command comes to it. Again, the earth, the ha going back to the earth, our command comes to it, meaning our decision or our judgment, qada, meaning our punishment. So our command, our judgment, our punishment comes to it, laylan aw nahara, by night or by day. فَجَعَلْنَاهَا أي زرعها حصيدا كالمحسود بالمناجل. Manajili can take a kasra because it has an alif lam, otherwise it of course is mamnu' min as-sarf. كأن مخففة أي كأنها لم تغن تكن بالأمس. So we make it, again meaning the earth, a zar'aha, meaning its agriculture or its crops, hasidan. Hasidan comes from hasada yahsudu, or hasada yahsidu, means to harvest. So hasid here means something harvested, mahsud, something harvested, meaning it's made into something like what is harvested. In other words, it's destroyed and it's flattened, and all that remains is the stubble of the roots of the crops. So we make it, meaning we make the earth, meaning we make the crops of the earth into something like what is harvested. Bil manajil. This is the plural of minjal, which is a scythe or a sickle. It's a kind of harvesting instrument that will be used to cut the crop down. Ka'an, as if, mukhaffafatun, this is made light. A ka'annaha, the noon with a shadda was made light, and the ism of ka'anna was removed, leaving us with ka'an with a sukun, hence why it's mukhaffafatun. Ism maf'ul from khaffafa yukhaffifu, meaning to make light, a thing made light. As if it did not, lam taghna, as if it did not prosper or it did not flourish, ka'an lam takun, as if it did not exist, bil ams, yesterday, as if it did not even exist yesterday. كذلك نفصل نبين الآيات لقوم يتفكرون. Like that, or thus, do we set forth in detail, in other words, thus do we clarify, bayyana yubayyinu, clarify the signs for a people who reflect or contemplate. Tafakkara yatafakkaru. Fikr means thought. Tafakkara means to employ thought through contemplation. والله يدعو إلى دار السلام أي السلامة وهي الجنة بالدعاء إلى الإيمان ويهدي من يشاء هدايته إلى صراط مستقيم دين الإسلام. Al-Islam is on the next page. And Allah calls to the abode of peace, meaning salama. Salam here means salama. Salam means peace. Salama means safety. It can also mean freedom from fault or the absence of any fault. So you could say it means well-being or safety. But salam can also mean safety. So they're very closely related. Wahiya al-Jannah, and that Darul Salam is the garden, paradise. Bidu'a'i ila al-Iman, by calling to faith or belief. So Allah calls to the abode of peace by calling to faith and belief. And He guides whom He wills. Whom He wills His guidance. Now, there are two options for this. One option is that it is the maf'ul bihi of yasha'u, in which case the who is serving as the a'id for the man. So He guides whom He wills, meaning He guides the one whose guidance He wills. In other words, He's willing that person's guidance, and He guides that person. And so He's guiding the one whose guidance He's willing. Or, perhaps less favorably, it's a maf'ul mutlaq for yahdi, in which case the hat here may refer back to Allah. Yahdi man yasha'u hidayatahu. He guides whom He wills His guidance, meaning He provides for whom He wills Allah's guidance. I'm more favored, I favor the first one a little bit more. Ila siratin mustaqim, to a straight way or path or road. Deen al-Islam, Deen majrur following siratin mustaqim, the straight path being the religion of Islam. للذين أحسنوا بالإيمان الحسنى الجنة وزيادة هي النظر إليه تعالى كما في حديث مسلم. For those who do excellent, or those who do good by believing or by having faith, is the best. This is the mubtada mu'akhar. Al-husna is the superlative, ism tafdeel, but it is feminine. So al-ahsan is the best, masculine. Al-husna is the best, feminine. So for those who do well is the best, meaning paradise. Waziyadatun, and something more or something additional, which is looking upon him most high. Kama fi hadithi muslimin, as is in the narration of Muslim. وَلَا يَرْهَقُ يَغْشَى وُجُوهَهُمْ قَتَرٌ سَوَادٌ وَلَا ذِلَّةٌ كَآبَةٌ أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. And darkness, meaning blackness, does not enshroud or overshadow. Yaghsha means to cover their faces. Darkness or blackness does not cover their faces, nor disgrace or humiliation. Ka'abatun, again, humiliation. Ulaika ashabul jannah, those are the companions of paradise. They are remaining forever in it. وَالَّذِينَ عَطْفٌ عَلَى الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا أي وَلِلَّذِينَ كَسَبُوا السَّيِّئَاتِ عَمِلُوا الشِّرْكَ جَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ بِمِثْلِهَا وَتَرْهَقُهُمْ ذِلَّةٌ مَا لَهُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ زَائِدَةٌ عَاصِمٍ مَانِعٍ. And those who earn bad deeds, the relative pronoun alladhina is a conjunction. This is a conjunction on lilladhina ahsanu. So we have lilladhina ahsanu, lilladhina kasabu sayyi'at. Those who do well and those who earn evil deeds. And so, just as it is conjoined to lilladhina, it also has an understood lam, a walilladhina. And those who, meaning and for those who earn bad deeds. Something else to consider is that this atfun could be utifa, fi'l madi mabni lil majhul. It is conjoined to. But I think atfun is what I've heard more commonly. So those who earn bad deeds, in other words, those who commit shirk or commit association of partners with Allah, for them is the recompense of a bad deed with its like. And humiliation enshrouds them, covers them. They do not have malahum. This is not referring to their wealth, nor is it asking what is it with them. Rather, this is negation. Malahum, they do not have from Allah any protector. This min is za'ida. ما لهم من الله عاصم would be marfu', but the min za'ida, which is providing extra emphasis, is making it majroor. They have absolutely no protector from Allah. Asimin, protector. Mani'in, someone who wards off or prevents harm. كأنما أغشيت ألبست وجوههم قطعا بفتح الطاء جمع قطعة وإسكانها أي جزءا من الليل مظلما. As if their faces are covered. أغشيت مبني للمجهول are covered. ألبست are clothed. Both of these مبني للمجهول. As if their faces are covered or are clothed in pieces. قطعا has a fatha on the ta or a sukun on the ta, either قطعا or قطعا, depending on the qira'ah. It's the plural of qit'a, the plural of qit'a, which means juz'an, a juz'an, meaning a part of it. So qata'a means to cut. What you cut off of something is a piece of that thing or a cut of it. So you might say a cut of fabric, right? A qit'a of fabric is a cut of fabric, meaning a piece of fabric. As if cuts or pieces of night cover, as if their faces are being covered with pieces of night. Muzliman means dark, meaning pieces of dark night. أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. Those are the companions of the fire. They are in it, remaining forever. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This video is part of the Guided Reading Project, an initiative of the Ḥikmah Center for Reading, Dialectic, and Philosophy, and is made possible through your support. If you'd like to see more resources like this one, dedicated to helping students of knowledge succeed in their courses of study in Arabic and Islamic sciences, please see the video description below for details on how to contribute. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.